What do you get when you put a group of fanboys in a room with a mic? From video games, comics, and movies to uncensored social commentary, nothing is off limits. With your hosts, Pistol Pete Jr., The Blue Guy, Chuck Bitch, G-Roll, and Player 2. This is The Real Press Start. So sit down, load up, log in, and press start.
Now we're recording.
Well, fuck.
And we're back.
We're not back. We just came here.
And we're here. All right, everybody's.
So now we're back.
Now we're back.
God damn, this is a mess already.
Yeah, there was a glitch in the recording software, but we're good to go now. You got Pistol Pete Jr. and G-Roll, a.k.a. Jeezy Weezy.
A.K.A. G-Slice. A.K.A. fucking Hamburger Yoshi.
A.k.a. the Wig Splitter.
The Wig Splitter?
Yes, the Wig Splitter.
A.K.A. the Vascular Burrito.
That's always been my favorite. So we just finished watching Suicide Squad. And
I have mixed feelings.
me too. Overall, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Overall, I enjoyed it. I won't give it a rating yet, but what things did you like? Oh, so, by the way, before we get into it, spoiler alerts. If you have not seen Suicide Squad, pause this now, go watch it, come back later, because we're gonna spoil the shit out of everything.
Yeah.
We
don't do spoiler-free reviews.
No, we are gonna break it down scene by scene.
Because honestly, we've tried doing spoiler-free reviews, and they never go out well. We always spoil something.
We always end up spoiling anything. So, yeah, if you have not seen it, spoiler alert. Now, that being said, G-Roll, what
things I liked?
Yeah. Let's start off with things you liked.
I loved Harley Quinn.
Uh-huh.
And I like Diablo.
Okay.
That's pretty much. I feel like liking Harley Quinn kind of blankets the whole movie.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, now what about with when it comes in with story wise?
With who?
Like in general. So you like the two characters?
Yeah, but I don't know. There's like some parts like sometimes it felt inconsistent with me.
Okay.
Like I thought I liked where it was going, and then they just kind of fell off at the end, and they just kind of went with like a very predictable ending.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that. They let's see. Well, all right. You want to start at the beginning?
What do you
I
mean?
kind of want to start at the beginning. How they introduced everyone, and because the movie opens up with Deadshot, right?
Yeah.
And it's him in the middle of it. No. Does it open up? No, it's not him in the mission. How does it open up now?
It starts. Oh wait. It starts with the what's her name? Fuck.
Amanda Waller?
Yeah. And she's like having dinner.
Oh, okay, yeah. She's having dinner and
then she's like flipping through pages, and then it goes through like how everyone got and wound up in.
And what was the name? Yeah, what was the name of that jail? The jail had a name.
I don't know.
I just can't remember what it's called right now. So yeah, Amanda Waller, and they introduced Deadshot first. They introduced Will Smith's character. This movie is very Will Smith heavy.
Yeah.
And Will Smith did the one thing I was afraid he was gonna do. He made Deadshot a lovable character.
Mm-hmm.
You feel bad for Deadshot.
Yeah, you do.
You
feel bad for pretty much everyone except for Killer Croc and Captain Boomerang.
Yeah, but Captain Croc, they didn't give him much time.
Captain Croc?
Oh, Captain Croc, fucking Killer Croc. Killer Croc, they didn't. I felt like.
Is that Captain Crunch's older brother?
Yeah, exactly. Like, okay, they introduced Deadshot and they gave him a shit ton of time. Like they actually showed him on a fucking assassination mission and gave you his personality right off the bat.
Yeah, Killer Croc are just like people treated him like a monster his whole life,
and he became.
And now he's a monster.
Yeah, he looks like a monster.
Look at him. Just look at him.
Yeah.
Look at the grotesqueness of this monster. He's a fucking monster.
Like Deadshot, they showed him out in the real world, and they showed him getting caught.
Yeah.
Harley Quinn, they showed her on the real world, and they showed her getting caught.
They just showed Killer Croc in a jail cell.
Literally, he was just in the same jail cell.
And then Amanda Waller is just explaining how much of a monster this fucking monster is.
He looks like a monster, so people treated him like a monster, and he became a monster. And then they throw him a pig, and he eats it.
Yeah.
Like literally, that's Killer Croc's introduction. Boomerang's introduction, I liked Boomerang's introduction. Yeah. I wish I would have went more in depth with his character, just because like the way they did it was, he's a bank. He robbed every bank in Australia. Then he came out here and robbed a bank. He doesn't play well with others, and he kills that other guy that he's robbing the jewelry thing with, right? But then so that automatically gives you the thing like, oh, okay, he's a scumbag.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, and then the Flash makes a cameo.
Yeah.
Because the Flash is the one that actually catches. Well, because he's a Flash villain, but so the Flash catches him and puts him in that prison. But then
how is this guy a villain for fucking Flash though?
Captain Boomerang?
Yeah.
He's an old villain.
He's just throwing fucking boomerangs. How do you fight fucking super speed?
He's an old villain, and I know he has other abilities in the comics. I think I don't remember very much.
You have to fucking counteract fucking super speed.
Yeah.
This would be like 5 pages of fucking. Of a fucking issue.
Yeah, exactly. But like the thing is like all of it, like he joins the team, and like the only time you see him act the scumbag when it comes to being part of the team is when they kill fucking Slipknot.
Yeah.
And then you know Slipknot's gonna die because like they introduce all of this team.
Yeah.
And then like okay, shit hits the fan. Let's call up the Suicide Squad. So the Suicide Squad is all there.
Yeah, they never even mentioned Slipknot.
Yeah, like he just walks.
They just brought him out of a fucking car.
Yeah, like this is Slipknot.
He punched some bitch.
Yeah.
He just punched some bitch, and then I wasn't even there. I went to the restroom during that part.
When they killed him,
yeah. But like I even know what happened because they showed that in the trailer.
Exactly. But the setup they didn't show, but that's the only, like I said, that's the only scumbag part you see of Captain Boomerang. He's like, okay, he's like, he goes over to him and says, hey, he goes, you know, this bomb in her neck is all bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run off this first chance we get. You with me? He was like, yeah. And like he didn't even say anything, he just kind of nodded, like, you know. Mm-hmm. And then so fucking I think Captain Boomerang, like he hits somebody and causes a distraction. And fucking Slipknot does a fucking he shoots something into like a grappling hook and like launches himself up and then jumps off one wall, jumps off the other one, and fucking Rick Flag just boop, boom, head explodes. So now you guys know I'm fucking serious. Like, who's next? Then he got on everyone's face. Who's next? Are you next, Deadshot? Are you fucking next, Quinn? Who's fucking next? And then then that was it. And then they just went back to being okay. Well, I guess we're gonna get our heads blown up if shit happens.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where like, that was supposed to happen because it's in every Suicide Squad story. Like anytime they've been introduced, there's always that one that has to test and then they die, so all the rest of the people know, okay, this is legit.
Yeah.
Up until that point, like the whole intro, I enjoyed. I like the way they introduced each character. Like I said, Killer Croc could have got more detail, more in depth, and Diablo in the beginning they don't go in depth, but you get his story later on.
Yeah. I
like Diablo's character a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe because
maybe because you sympathize with the Cholo.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. It was just like the LA street Cholo.
Yeah.
But it was familiar to me, and I liked his character. But I liked his character. I liked the way Will Smith did Deadshot, but again, I think he did play him a little bit too sympathetic. He played him like...
I don't think that's his fault. That's writing.
No, definitely. Well, I mean, you have Will Smith, you make him do what he does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what Will Smith does. You make, I liked Harley Quinn. She looked great as Harley Quinn. She actually, I was surprised that, but I enjoyed it that she did the accent.
Yeah.
She did the accent, and I liked the way she played it. The flip side to that was I didn't like her. Like the way they did it was in the comics. Harley Quinn's always been a lovable character, and on this one they kind of made her like they made her kind of shitty. You know what I mean?
What?
Like they made her more. I don't know if they. I don't want to say they made her more crazy, but they made her kind of like the whole like when it came to her and the Joker. Like I don't know. It just to me it just seemed like a weird. Like I wasn't sure what they were trying to go for with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for me it was more they did Joker wrong than they did.
Fuck yeah, they did Joker wrong. Okay, let's get on that. Okay.
Then they did Harley Quinn wrong.
Okay, forget about how they wrote him in the movie. What did you think of Jared Leto's Joker voice?
Okay.
And his mannerisms and shit.
His voice got more and more irritating to me. At first I was okay with it, but I don't know. Near the end, it kind of got to me, and I wasn't with it.
Yeah, it seemed like he was trying to do a mix between Mark Hamill and Jack Nicholson.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was trying to be that mobster voice.
Yeah.
But then he was also trying to add he wasn't going high pitched like Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
But he was doing that like the very theatrical.
Yeah.
Like fucking long
Yeah.
I thought it was okay. The thing they made him a fucking mob boss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which I mean in certain incarnations and Joker does have a gang. Don't get me wrong. Joker has a gang.
Yeah.
He's got goons. But I don't know the way they played it. They made him like a gangster.
Yeah.
Not even a mob boss, but they made him more of a gangster. You know? And that bugged me. Like that whole intro scene of him and Harley Quinn when they're at the club.
Mm-hmm.
Like I couldn't see Joker at the club.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Sitting at a club in the VIP section, fucking popping bottles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Telling some dude to fuck Harley.
Yeah, that was fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like, cause that's not Joker. I think the two things that they did wrong with the Joker, in my opinion, was they made him value Harley more than he does.
Yeah.
Because
he fucking steps all over her.
Exactly. They made Joker like I guess Joker is in love with her in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Because he does come back for her twice.
Mm-hmm.
So he's he wants her back.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's that's a weird dynamic between the two.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I actually have a story about that. I'll bring that up right now too, but we'll get to that. When it came to him dealing oh here, she's yours, because the way they did it was okay. She's the Joker's girl, and if anyone she became the Joker's queen. If anyone disrespected the queen, they were dead. And then they show this thing of the Joker in the club meeting with fucking. Apparently that was common. I didn't realize. I should have been able to tell by the bad acting.
Yeah.
But that's your A.
No, he wasn't doing bad acting. I think that was just common.
Yeah, well, no, that's the thing.
He wasn't acting though.
My whole thing with Common is have you ever seen Terminator Salvation?
No, I can't remember much from it. If I did.
My whole me and Player 2 have a running joke.
Is that the one with Christian Bale?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Me and Player 2 have a running joke with anytime we see bad acting is my brother didn't make it, did he? Because there's a scene where Common's brother's out on a mission with Christian Bale out and they all come back. Oh, I think only Christian Bale and one other person comes back. Uh-huh. And Common's the first person he walks up to when he gets there, and Common looks at him. My brother didn't make it, did he? Super deadpan is So that's kind of how it was. No, I don't want no beef. That's your woman. You know. Uh-huh. But so the Joker's meeting with this guy. Again, apparently the Joker just got out of Arkham, and this guy Common comes up and is like, "We're making money for you," and even that was better, right? Yeah. We're making money for you still in the streets, and the Joker's like, "Good," and and then they look over at Harley and she's dancing in this cage or something, and then he says, "You're a very lucky man," and then Joker calls Harley over, and he's like, "I'm gonna give her to you," and he was like, "I don't want no beef." That's your woman. And it's like, you don't want no beef. You don't want no beef. Like,
that was beef.
That was beef. And he shoots him in the face. To me, like, okay, wait, how is that, like, if anything, Joker's disrespect, like, you did a good job for me, here's my chick, you can fuck her, she's for you now.
Yeah.
And it's like,
well, maybe Joker's into that shit, and maybe Harley was into it.
Harley was definitely, but you know what, Joker was like, cause like when she was leaning on him and stuff, and like, you want me, and Joker was all right there, like, hey, like he actually made that noise.
Yeah.
He was like, hey. Like the Joker was getting up.
So he disrespected her.
Apparently, yeah.
So then,
this Joker's into the hot wife lifestyle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, like that whole club scene was creepy.
All into cuckolding.
that whole club scene was creepy to me. And then when they said Harley's crazier than the Joker.
Yeah. In this movie, I believe it.
In the movie, I believe it.
But that's not supposed to be the way it is.
Exactly. And see, and that's the other thing they show, like, where they had that one scene where after they're leaving the club and they're in that fucking pink Lamborghini.
Uh-huh.
Or purple Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Which fucking, that was, like, I knew, like, we had known that scene was in the movie from the beginning because, like, that was one of the leaked set footage scenes, but that scene bothered me.
I'm all for the purple Lamborghini.
But to get back to Joker and Harley, like, Joker not giving a fuck about Harley.
Yeah.
Like, when Batman jumps on the fucking roof of the thing and Harley shoots on him, the first thing the Joker does is fucking drive it into the water as Harley screams,
it's very inconsistent because, like, he just fucking bails on her.
Yeah.
In the water. And then he's like, I need to go get her back.
Yeah.
And then he gets her back. He goes on the helicopter, and then he just pushes her out of the helicopter.
No, I don't think he pushed her out of the helicopter.
Or whatever. The helicopter like got bumped or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And she fell out, and he fell back.
Yeah.
And then like you think he's dead.
Yeah.
This whole time.
Yeah.
And then he just comes back.
He comes back at the very end of the movie again. That was like, what the fuck? But I mean, because they're setting up for. I know they didn't set up for a standalone Harley Quinn.
A standalone Harley Quinn?
Yeah. Which, I mean, I think Margot Robbie could pull it off. She did. I think she. Okay, so she did a great job.
Yeah.
Will Smith did a great job. Diablo, I enjoyed his character. I think the actor did a great job. Killer Croc, I actually liked too. The guy that played Killer Croc.
I didn't like Killer Croc.
They didn't show him enough, but I think, like, I don't like the way he looked. They could have done it better, I think. Yeah. But the actor himself, like, he doesn't
look like a crocodile.
No, he doesn't. But
like when he was swimming underneath in that fucking sewer thing or whatever.
Yeah.
I would have never known that he was good at swimming.
Well, I mean, they had him in the water. Remember?
I know, but then, like, he doesn't look like a crocodile. He doesn't look like he's supposed to be in water.
Yeah, he doesn't look. Yeah, he just looks like he might have scaly skin. He doesn't look like an actual crocodile. Yeah.
Looks more like a lizard than he does a crocodile.
Yeah, exactly. But I like the way the actor portrayed him. Like, he was like with the facial movements and the twitches and shit that he kept doing.
Uh-huh.
That was cool. What's his nuts? The guy that played Rick Flag. I didn't like him.
You didn't like him?
I didn't like him. The whole Rick Flag character, the way the Rick Flag Enchantress fucking romance thing was, I didn't like that. To me, that was like, it felt forced.
Yeah.
It felt forced, and they need a reason for this, for this romance, for this conflict, Yeah. That felt forced to me. The whole overall, the whole overall, like
it seemed like they just needed a reason for you to sympathize with that guy too.
Yeah, exactly. That's
like, oh, his girlfriend is being controlled by the government.
Yeah.
And
that's why he's there. And that's
this
why
like demon fucking person from a million years ago keeps taking over her body.
Yeah.
And doing evil shit.
I like the Batman cameos. That opening scene with Deadshot got me. That one, it got me right in the feels. It got me right here in the corazón. With him and his daughter.
With his daughter.
Yeah, that scene got me. That scene got me. That was a little.
I thought it was funny that Diablo was the first one to like see through the illusion that Enchantress is putting on him.
Yeah. That was cool. But see, well, it makes sense though because like when you see what he
Don't
really
believe
did.
it no more, man.
Yeah, no more.
It's not real, man.
But because when you see what he
And
really
everyone's
is,
like, he's right. He's not real.
yeah,
And then everyone's just like, okay.
yeah. Well, the way he does, because when he reveals it, that's when I think the whole point of that scene was okay. He was able to see through the illusion, and she's like surprised by it, like because she asked him, "How long have you been able to see?" And he says, "My whole life, eh?"
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, it reveals that he's much more than just some fucking cholo with a, you know. Like I liked his full-on demon form when he came out. It was the Aztec skeleton on fire.
Mm-hmm.
That was fucking cool. There was a lot to the movie that I did like. I liked it more than I didn't.
Yeah.
You know.
There's just like little things like
small quibbles here and there. Just little.
Well, there are some I can't remember them anymore now because they were so insignificant. But there were like little things that just made me like shake my head or like facepalm.
Yeah.
I was just like,
but they were small moments.
Yeah.
Overall, it's a good ride. You know what I mean? It's got the action was really good.
Uh-huh.
The only thing I had an issue with was like, okay, there's a build up where you introduce everyone, and they did that pretty quickly, but they did it enough where you got to know most of the characters. You got to know the important players.
Yeah, I feel like it started off strong. It started off really strong.
Then it escalated fucking quickly. Like all of a sudden, shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
And there's a whole like, the action up to that build up is good. Like they did it where like, okay, these are the characters. This is a conflict. And the conflict fucking gets out of hand really quick.
Like once they get I keep forgetting her name.
Enchantress?
No, Wanda. Was it Wanda or what?
No, Amanda.
Amanda
Waller.
Wanda. Amanda Waller. Once they get Amanda Waller, that's where I feel like it kind of falls.
It kind of falls off. Yeah. Well, see, I like the way they did that. We're like, okay, we have somebody we need to rescue in the zone, but they don't tell them who it is, and then when they get there, it's her. It's like fuck, like you know.
Yeah.
So that part I like. But even that seemed like a means to an end because like the whole thing with Amanda Waller getting kidnapped, so Enchantress knows where to attack. That was like really like.
Yeah.
That part was like why like.
Plus, the way she got captured, why was the helicopter flying so goddamn low?
Exactly, and why was it
like it nosedived down a fucking building?
Well, no,
setting off a bunch of flares like fucking for no reason.
Well, what those flares are meant to do is distract from that where those flares are like if a heat seeker or some kind of.
Yeah, I know what flares are for.
Yeah, but they're
not fighting somebody who has heat seeker fucking rockets.
But the whole thing is what those flares are meant to do is distract from as the helicopter maneuvers. It's meant to distract from where the helicopter is. You know what I mean? So because they picked up Amanda Waller and they were supposed to get her to a safe zone. Why they flew towards the goddamn lightning fucking trash?
Well, at least fly fucking higher.
Yeah, well no, because the thing is they had to fly low to get like. Because like a helicopter going up is going to take more time than it's going to take to go down. So and then in an urban environment like that, what from a tactical point of view, I can see what they were trying to do. They were trying to dive down and get in between the buildings and get out of there, so they can get locked. Like so, if anyone is tracking them, it's hard for them to track. Other than if they flew over the buildings and went up, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It would take them longer to get up, which leaves them more of a target. Mm-hmm. And then once they're up, it's like, okay, I just gotta look over the buildings and I can see the helicopter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That being said, okay, they flew low, they did the flare thing, they did the whole flashy fly away thing, but why did they fly towards the enemy? Because like they literally fly towards her and then all of a sudden that fucking demon thing just fucking smashes it out of the sky.
Yeah.
You know, so like why did they fly towards it? They're trying to get her out. That was that's like why that doesn't make sense. And the second thing is they don't really explain who that. Like, yeah, that's her brother, but like, I don't know. I think the conflict wasn't. I don't want to say it wasn't detailed enough because okay, it's this demon, this witch that is pissed off at the world. She wants to destroy the world. Mm-hmm. But they don't really get into who she is, how she got fucking trapped in that doll, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? This is the witch, and she's gonna destroy some shit. Mm-hmm. Now we need you guys to stop her. And it wasn't even about stopping her.
It wasn't so much about Enchantress, it was more about the doctor.
Yeah.
The girl.
Yeah.
And she was exploring, and she went into this, she like fell into a cave.
Yeah.
And found the statue that Enchantress was trapped in.
Yeah, I get that, but I don't know, to me it was like, Because even then, if you when you look at the actual mission, the mission had nothing to do with Enchantress.
Yeah, they weren't even trying to stop her. Like,
yeah, if Amanda Waller wouldn't have she wouldn't have gotten kidnapped, they would have never went over there.
Yeah.
There was no reason for them because they were like, get her and get out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Were they planning to just fucking nuke the thing?
Yeah, exactly. Who knows? Like, what the hell was going on with that?
Uh-huh.
Like, they literally just like get Amanda Waller and get out, and then like they never talked about because all they told them was it was a terrorist attack, and until well, because there's two moments in the film where, because when they're first going in, they tell them it's just a terrorist attack, someone with AK-47s, blah blah blah. We're going in to get this person out, and then that's it.
Uh-huh.
So then when they get there, they come across those fucking squishy rock things.
Uh-huh.
Those things, I didn't figure, like, okay, I get they were her minions that she was transforming people into them, but, like, were they rock? Because when they were alive, they were all squishy and pulsating, but then as they died, they just exploded like rock crystals.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what the fuck those things were. But then they ran across those things, so they were like, what is this? You said this was terrorists. And then, they just moved on from that. They didn't really get into it.
Mm-hmm.
And then fucking Deadshot finds that book. The classified top secret book, and tell tell everyone, or I'll fucking kill you. Well, it's like, okay, well, then they tell them what's going on, and they still don't say, okay, we have to go after her. It's still like we have to get Amanda. Like that's the whole. Even when it comes to stopping her, it's like we have to get Amanda.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason they go after Enchantress. Like, so to me, it was like.
Yeah, and she was trying to end the fucking world.
Yeah, yeah. Like, who the fuck are you gonna say? Like, okay, where the fuck is Batman? Where the fuck is Flash? Where the fuck are all these meta-human heroes?
Yeah.
When all this shit's going down, like, where the fuck was Batman? Okay, granted, it's Metro City, so it should have been the Flash.
Yeah.
But where the fuck is the Flash?
Yeah.
They show him in the fucking movie.
Yeah, he doesn't do a fucking thing.
Yeah, he doesn't do a goddamn thing. And I was gonna say, you can't say it's because the Justice League is somewhere else, because the Justice League doesn't exist yet in this movie.
Yeah.
Because
the Flash is just out doing his thing, and this is a fucking worldwide threat.
Yeah.
So it takes top priority over fucking bank robbery down the street.
Exactly. Like where the fuck is the Flash? Why do we have to send And I get it. There's other things. There might have been something else going on. I don't know. But they don't. To me, there was so many why the fuck?
Like, unless the Flash is fighting fucking Gorilla Grodd, and he's ending the world at the same time Enchantress is.
Yeah, exactly. Like, because the way they explain the Suicide Squad is, okay, well, there's metahumans out there, and we need to fucking... They kept saying, what if the next Superman is a terrorist? What if the next Superman decides to do this? We need a group of people that are expendable that we can send out after them.
Yeah.
Like, well, there are these...
But, none of these people are even close to as strong as, a Superman.
Exactly. They're all expendable. And
maybe Enchantress, and she was bad in the beginning.
Yeah, she was holding part of the team, yeah. And then, it's like, what the fuck? And then...
Yeah. Like, the strongest one is Diablo, and he didn't want to use his powers until the very end.
Yeah. It's not my fight, Holmes. I don't care, I'm not going to use my powers. What do you say? I'm nobody's weapon, Holmes. I like this character, but I didn't like that whole aspect of it. I get it, and I kind of like the way they...
And that jail, that prison yard fucking video looks so fucking horrible.
You could tell that was a last minute, we need a reason why he's here.
Yeah.
That was such a last minute, because it was super green screened.
Yeah.
You could tell, at least put him in grass. They find a field
they
somewhere.
They look like fucking little video game, old school video game graphics on top of him, because he had a fire crown.
Yeah, it legit looked like a fucking PS2 fucking a CG moment from a video game.
Yeah.
It looked super fucking cheesy. But I mean, overall, again, these are also minor quibbles to the movie itself. In general. Well, let me see. Give me your rating first.
7.
7 nachos? Wait, no.
Hard 7.
What's our nacho? A hard 7? Okay. That's... Alright. I would give it... 7, 7.5. I'm on the borderline. Because it had great action. It had great the chemistry between the characters was good. The overall story, while it had its holes, was good.
Yeah. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, and that's overall it was a fun watch.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a roller coaster. It had its slow moments, but overall it was a good movie. I liked it. I would recommend it. Yeah. So I got some other stuff too. It goes along with the whole Suicide Squad hang. Yeah, to me the Joker sucked. Oh, okay, real quick. Well, before we move on, what did you think about everyone's version of normal?
What do you mean?
Like, okay, remember when or what their wishes were? Like because when it showed Deadshot, like I can give you what you want, and then Trenchard was giving them their visions. What'd you think? Okay, Deadshot's vision was that whole scene back in the alley. He killed Batman.
Yeah.
And then what'd you like? I guess that goes back to showing that he's a villain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So but it goes against from what his character is at that point. Like at that point, you're feeling bad for him. He's like, he's regretful. He just wants to see his daughter.
Well, it's because he's regretful because he feels his life would be better if he never got caught and never got put in jail.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess that makes sense. So killing Batman, he wouldn't have got caught, and then yeah. But then more people would come after him if he were killed. Like, you know what I mean?
But Batman's probably the only person who could stop him.
Good point.
He's the most lethal assassin in this world right now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, good point. So him killing okay, that makes sense. So he would have killed Batman. Him and his daughter would still be together. Okay, I get that. Harley Quinn's fucking thing.
Harley Quinn's makes sense. She loves the Joker. She
just wants a normal life. Yeah. Yeah. And so it's just.
It looked weird seeing Joker like that. Like he had the brown hair and had like what is it, the fucking porcelain teeth or whatever.
Yeah. He didn't have the fucking And then the kids and everything. That was weird. But and then after they only showed they showed Rick Flag. They showed Rick Flag.
He was just with
It was all a nightmare. Yeah. And Diablo and Rick Flag were pretty much the same thing. It was all a nightmare.
Yeah.
Like they just kind of woke up and then all of a sudden they're back in there. Rick Flag was back with his girlfriend, and Diablo was back with his wife and kids.
Yeah.
So but then Diablo, it's not real, eh? But I did like the
watch them burn.
Yeah. What do you say? I can't change my past, and neither can you. So Suicide Squad breaks Thursday preview night box. I hate when they do this. Like this movie did
very specific.
Yeah, like it broke the first Thursday of the month's released in a full moon.
On a leap year.
Yeah. No movie has ever made this much money in a leap year. But it did. So it made 20.5 million, and it beat the Guardians of the Galaxy had the previous record at 11.2 million. That's for opening on a Thursday. Batman vs Superman made 27.7 on its Thursday preview night. So it's on par with Batman vs Superman. Mm-hmm. The one thing I've been noticing in the internets, I should say, is overall this movie hasn't been getting good reviews.
Yeah. A
lot of people have been saying like not giving it good reviews. Like I said, we both gave it a 7.5. So we'll give it a 7. It's not a bad movie. I liked it better than Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
I liked it way better than Batman vs Superman. I shouldn't have to qualify that, but still, you know what I mean? It wasn't. I don't want to say it wasn't what was advertised because it was, but it was. It wasn't like, how can I say? It wasn't the over the top that you expect. It was good. It was a great movie. I again, a solid 7. I recommend people going to see it, but like there's certain things to expect and certain things not to. Jared Leto has been talking about the movie, and he actually isn't happy with the way the Joker came out in the film either. he said, well, he's not happy with the Joker's journey in Suicide Squad. He has no idea where the character disappears from to the film for the second half, and he's disappointed that so many of the scenes were cut from the film. So, halfway through the film, Joker's helicopter crashes, and then we don't hear from him again.
Because he's irrelevant in that movie.
He really is, yeah.
There's really no reason for him to be in there except for Harley Quinn to be like,
yeah, this is who she is.
Yeah.
This is why she's the way she is. But apparently, according to Jared Leto, there was a lot more Joker in the movie. Apparently, there was supposed to be a lot more Batman in the movie, but they cut them both out. Jared Leto, his quote is, because they asked him what happens to the Joker in between that, like after the helicopter crashes and him getting Harley out. And Jared Leto says, that's a good question. I have no idea. I think he probably went and had a drink or something. He's stretched. Once you get blown up in a helicopter, your muscles get a little tight.
Mm-hmm.
So he makes a joke out of it, but yeah, he says he is disappointed in what happened. And he actually says, he asks, were there any scenes that didn't get cut? Because he feels like most of his scenes got cut from the movie.
Yeah.
And the other thing is Suicide Squad is not going to be released in China. Let's see here. According to Hollywood sources close to the decision-making process say the chances of Suicide Squad reaching the world's second biggest film market are growing and increasingly unlikely.
It's because of Katana.
They think it's not a good film to release in China. This is the Chinese government saying. I'm not sure exactly why. They don't get into detail why they don't want to release in China, but apparently it's not a good film to release in China. And again, like I said, that's the second biggest movie market. Yeah. So that's going to be a huge hit to their profits. I don't know. There's nothing. I don't see anything that wouldn't be offensive.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Like literally.
That's why I said Katana, because she's like Japanese.
She's Japanese.
She might be like stereotypically Asian or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It's funny the way they introduced her too.
Yeah.
You know,
I like her.
I liked her character. I like the way they played her. I'm trying to think what else other than the Joker. I'm trying to think of what I didn't like from the movie. I didn't like Will Smith. Like I liked him. He did a great job. Mm-hmm. But I didn't like him making Deadshot so sympathetic. Like they try to walk that line of making him a villain and a hero at the same time.
Yeah.
And
I got over that though.
Yeah.
I didn't like Killer Croc, like I said. And
the ending. Not the Enchantress ending.
Oh yeah.
I thought the girl should have. What's her name? The doctor.
She should have died.
She should have been dead.
Yeah, I thought that was really good. It was really good, and it was like, oh.
Yeah, it's like happy ending. Like what the fuck?
Oh, she's breathing. Yeah, and she like hatches out of a fucking egg or something.
Yeah, like what the fuck? 'Cause like so Enchantress, they fucking crush her heart, and she turns into this fucking husk of a shell. And like the Rick Flag's all depressed and sad and going to walk away, and then all of a sudden it's like.
Well, like the whole point of that movie was like they had the heart, but Rick Flag didn't want her to do anything bad because if they did the heart, she would die. But then he crushed the heart and she didn't fucking die.
Yeah, she didn't fucking die. So like the whole thing was like that whole thing could have been stopped way earlier.
Yeah.
You know, that's another one of the inconsistencies in the movie that I was like.
And then Amanda Waller too. Like all she did, she just like kept stabbing her with a pen and it didn't do anything to her.
Yeah, it hurt her.
She was like ah.
Yeah. You know,
but she was fine.
Yeah. That was.
Like if Amanda Waller just fucking crushed it like that, then it would have been no problem.
Yeah, exactly. But no. You know, it was one of those things where it was like there were so many ways that could have ended sooner. Yeah, I think other than that, I don't really have any bitches or complaints about the movie.
Yeah.
Like you said, there are some plot holes and there are some issues to it, but it was overall a great movie. What was the mid-credits scene? That was a Joker, right?
Mm-hmm.
Joker coming to save Harley Quinn.
The mid-credits scene?
Yeah.
No, it was Bruce Wayne and.
Oh yeah, because that was okay. The actual ending of the movie was they're all back in prison, and everyone's life is a little bit better, except for fucking Captain Boomerang. He was all like Killer Croc's watching Tech 9 on TV, fucking Deadshot, nothing really changed for him. They gave him a punching bag instead of that board with pillows on it that he was hitting the first time.
Uh-huh.
Harley Quinn got her espresso machine. Oh, and then he got to see his daughter. Deadshot got to see his daughter.
Yeah.
Harley Quinn got her espresso machine, and Captain Boomerang was in the prison just screaming, "Let me out!"
Killer Croc got a TV.
Yeah.
And a couch.
Yeah. Who knows how long fucking Captain Boomerang had been screaming, "Let me out."
Yeah. Well, because they gave him 10 years off of a triple life sentence.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was fucking pissed about it.
And then Joker comes in and breaks out Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
And then the mid-credit scene was Bruce Wayne talking to Amanda Waller, getting information on the
Justice League.
Justice
Soon
League.
to be Justice League.
But then she also gives him information on the Enchantress too, though. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I'm assuming it's just a bunch of metahumans.
Okay.
That
it might be.
and
Yeah.
then just to throw you off, it's like first page is Enchantress. And it's like, oh, the Flash. Oh, Aquaman.
Yeah.
Oh, Wonder Woman. Like.
Does he really need a dossier on Wonder Woman though? Like, you know.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but no, you're right.
The government has it. It's just lumped together.
This is all the information we have.
It's not like he's asking for 4 pages, just saying, give me all the information. So.
Yeah, good point. But yeah, so again, go watch it. You'll like it. If you've been a fan of comic book movies, you'll enjoy this one. Mm-hmm. It's a good action.
Plus, he doesn't know Wonder Woman that well. They just fought together, and he has her Facebook.
Good point. Good point. To continue on with movies real quick before we move on too far from comic book movies. The X-Men producer is going to be working on Deadpool 2. They're going to be casting for Cable and finding the right tone for Gambit. Apparently they're going to be...
Gambit's going to be in Deadpool?
No, Gambit, the Gambit film, sorry.
Oh, okay.
These are two separate things.
Oh yeah, that's right, they canceled the Channing Tatum.
Yeah. So they're looking for a special and unique tone for Gambit. They're not saying what that is, but apparently they're going to try to make it different from other comic book movies. Yeah. I mean, I think a Gambit movie really just needs to be, it's who he is, and I don't think I think Gambit has standalone characters or standalone comics, but really pick an X-Men villain, give him who Gambit is, what his power is, throw a villain in front of him,
mm-hmm.
and fucking do it all in New Orleans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Add maybe some voodoo elements in there or something,
mm-hmm.
because like for the time, the area. I mean, but other than that, I mean, it's a typical comic book movie. As long as they don't stray from who the character is, I think they'll be good.
Yeah.
You know, because to me, the problem with most comic book movies, like when they're not like Batman vs Superman. The reason most people don't like Batman vs Superman is because they stray so far from who these characters are.
Yeah.
Like Batman gives no fucks about killing people in that movie. Like he gives absolutely no fucks at all.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, a lot of this killing he does, like the most killing he does is in his nightmare, but there's he gives no fucks about killing people at all.
Yeah.
And that's why people were pissed off about that movie. You know, when they stray too far from the formula. That's why Marvel movies are doing so well, because they might stray a little bit from the character,
but for the most part, it stays pretty true to the character.
Exactly.
At least the behavior of the characters.
Yeah, exactly. They might change parts here and there to make them like with Age of Ultron, they changed the story but not the characters. That's the best way to do it. They might change the story but they don't change the characters, because the characters are what's important. The story has to fit, but as long as you're doing
we can see it as just like it's a different it's its own comic.
Yeah.
Put into a movie.
Exactly.
Instead of it being like a movie
version of the story. Yeah, exactly.
Because there's some what are there I'm sure there's many iterations of Civil War.
Yeah.
And there's many iterations of Ultron.
Yeah, exactly.
Or whatever. So you could just see it as another iteration.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you gotta look at.
These characters, most of the time, these characters don't change. They still have the same morals.
Yeah.
And everything.
Well, like Peter Parker, they've rebooted Spider-Man so many times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the origins, sometimes he's been bitten by a radioactive spider. Sometimes
he just creates it.
Yeah. There's so many different origins for so many different characters. We can forgive changing a story a bit,
Yeah.
There's the basic elements of the character that need to stay there, and that's when people, if you stray from those elements, that's when people get upset.
Yep.
Oh, and real quick, to jump into this next story, there was the trailer for Assassin's Creed ran before this movie.
It was just an old trailer.
It was the same trailer. After watching it again, you agree with Michael that it's going to be bad.
No, I've always agreed with Michael.
Did you?
Yeah, but you just look like you were loving it.
I like it.
I'm like, no, that's horrible, Peter. Stop liking it.
I want to see it. Granted, I am a huge fan of Assassin's Creed, and I'm like.
I might have been on board if he was Ezio, but he's not.
Right now, well, see, that's the thing though, guys. You've only played Ezio stories, right?
I played Altair,
No, have you?
Ezio, and...
Oh yeah, you played Black Flag too.
Black Flag. What is it, Edward Conway?
I forget his name right now.
I think it's Edward.
Yeah, it
Connor's
is.
Connor's a 3.
Yeah, but the whole thing is like this. It's not Ezio because it's a different assassin. Just like in the books. In the books, they have 3 different books, and there's 3 different assassins in those books.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but this assassin looks dumb.
I don't know. I'm curious to see where they take it.
He looks like a cholo. He has fucking crosses tattooed under his eyes.
I'm a man, not a weapon.
like it's even more ridiculous than Diablo's tattoos on his face.
Yeah, they kind of are. Yeah.
At least Diablo looked kind of cool.
I'm still curious to see where it fits into the universe.
Plus, were there tattoos back then?
Yeah. There've been tribal tattoos for fucking hundreds of years.
True. How do they tattoo?
With pointy sticks and ink. Made of berries or fucking dirt or, just like the Samoan tattoos. Those are all,
Yeah.
Like, and they still do the Samoan tattoos and a lot of the Japanese tattoos. They still do those the traditional way with the fucking pointy stick.
Uh-huh. And they just scrape your skin off.
Like they it's like a almost like a chisel, but it's like a sharpened spear, and they're hitting it with a hammer and tapping it all the way along. I got a buddy of mine from the army that he actually got one of those Samoan tattoos, the tribal tattoos, because he's Samoan. And he got it in the traditional way. The Rock apparently he got his tattoos the traditional Samoan way too. But the reason I bring up Assassin's Creed in the trailer is to bring up The Division. So there's been rumors about the Division movie coming out, and Jake Gyllenhaal is going to star in it. And so Ubisoft has officially come out and announced that Jake Gyllenhaal and Jessica Chastain are going to star in The Division.
It's going to be End of Watch.
Pretty much.
End of Watch, and Aaron Keener's going to kill him.
But yeah, it's going to be End of Watch in New York. And there's going to be a disease. It's crazy how Ubisoft is cranking out these. All of a sudden, they're cranking out these movies so quickly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It looks like they want to turn. I think they want to turn. Let me see. I think I have it here. They're going to do.
Banking on it. What other games can they make?
They're going to do Watch Dogs, Splinter Cell, Ghost Recon, and Rabbids, all as movies. So Assassin's Creed, Division, Watch Dogs, Splinter Cell, Ghost Recon, and Rabbids.
Okay, but Watch Dogs, Ghost Recon, and Splinter Cell, I feel like you could lump together and they'd be the same.
Watch Dogs not so much. Ghost Recon and Splinter Cell, yeah. Watch Dogs
is a little different, but it's at its core, I'd say.
Watch Dogs is going to turn into Hackers too.
Yeah.
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, it's going to be a team.
Yeah.
It won't be one guy.
Exactly.
It's going to be like Watch Dogs 2. It's going to be like a whole fucking organization.
Yeah, exactly.
Versus like 3 people.
Yeah.
Who can hack.
Exactly. That's exactly what it's going to be. Or it's either going to be, they're probably going to be either going up against CTOS, or they're going to be going up against some kind of criminal organization that's using CTOS and making other hackers look bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's what that movie's going to be. Let me see. Let's see. We talked about that. Oh, Secret Life of Pets 2 has been announced.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen Secret Life of Pets?
No, I haven't.
It's fucking hilarious.
I'm gonna watch it.
It's really, really good. There's a lot of adult jokes in it. Mm-hmm. It's a kids movie, and there are jokes that kids won't get unless they already have a fucked up mind.
Yeah.
But it's got a lot of funny jokes. Kevin Hart makes that movie really. Kevin Hart and Dana Carvey really make that movie.
Who's Dana Carvey?
Dana Carvey.
I know who Dana Carvey, but like who is he?
Oh, he's Pops. He's a dog in a wheelchair.
Oh. Okay.
Louis C.K. does a great job too. Louis C.K. is the voice of the main dog.
Okay.
It was funny because the whole time I'm watching that movie, I'm watching like I know this voice, and then like
Did you see the credits for it?
No, he says something in the film where he's like, because they're talking about they get lost in the city, and the dogs are like, oh, we're bred from we're ancestors of the mighty wolf. Our instincts will kick in any minute, and like 3 hours later they're still in the same spot because they have no idea where the fuck to go. So like Louis C.K. says, the character says, man, maybe we're probably not even evolved from wolves. It was probably just some young puppy asked, "Mommy, what are our ancestors?" And she said wolf, and he said a wolf, and she said yeah, whatever. And the way he says it, it was like as soon as he said it, I was like, that's Louis C.K. Because it was just like yeah, whatever.
It's his level of delivery.
Yeah, exactly.
The way he delivers his lines.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that'll be cool. It was really good. I liked it, and I could see more of those characters. It was cute and it was funny, and I could watch more of those. This is a story. I'm kind of like, I don't know if this is a good thing or not, but Sword Art Online, they're gonna be doing a live action TV series of it.
A live action TV series.
Yes. And
probably won't be good.
Probably not.
Unless they're spending millions of fucking dollars on it.
Yeah. And it's going to be going to American TV. It's not a Japanese series. And there's also a Sword Art Online movie that's supposed to be coming out in 2017 in Japan.
Anime or?
It doesn't say. Wait, it doesn't say?
I don't know where they can go with it. That shit got real fucking sad at the end.
To me, it was like once they got out of the...
Some little girl got fucking cancer and fucking died.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. But once they got out of Sword Art Online, like I just kind of like the second half of it, like the whole like fairy world thing, that was okay. But to me, it felt like the world had no consequences anymore.
Yeah.
Like Sword Art Online was really...
Did you see the what's it called?
I haven't seen anything after the fairy world thing. After they get out of there.
I forgot what it was. This is the second season.
Yeah, I've heard. I've been watching.
The second season is good. There's like, it becomes like a murder mystery.
Okay.
Like Kirito's kind of like a detective, and he goes into a new game where like some dude has a gun that's actually killing people.
Oh shit. Okay. See, and that's what I liked about the first one is, if someone dies in the game, there's actual consequences. Mm-hmm. Like I said, with the fairy game, when they went, I forget what the fairy game was called. Mm-hmm. But once they got there, it was like, okay, no one wants to die because, you have to go back to this area. It's going to take you a while to get back to where you were. Mm-hmm. But there's no real consequences.
Yeah. Well, that was like, he was on a time, he was like, time sensitive.
Yeah. But still, there was
so like, if he died, then there was like no chance in hell that he would be able to pull it off.
Yeah, but still, at the same time, like, to me, what the thing that got me into Sword Art Online was the fact that how people were going crazy in Sword Art Online. Yeah. Like, like all the
it was super cool. It was a super cool concept.
Like the way that like the gangs formed and the team and like
there's PKers and there's fucking
exactly that whole dynamic was like
I wish they fucking elaborated more on that. Like,
exactly.
Like stretch it out for like 2 or 3 seasons.
They totally could have. Like they didn't even do a full season of it. Like they did
like 12. They did like 12 episodes or something, and then the other half was AOE or some shit.
They could have done a full, because even if they just did 1 season of that game, you know what I mean? Because like, I get it. Yeah, there's a time limit. Your bodies will eventually wither and die because you're fucking in a hospital bed in a coma. But like,
even then, just go day by day.
Exactly. go day by day, or even like
but like
you can
they
jump ahead.
the first like 6 episodes is day by day,
Yeah.
and then they jump like straight up to like floor 74.
Yeah, it's like 2 years later or some shit like that.
No, they didn't even go 2 years.
Or like 6 months.
But like they would just jump floors like crazy. It was
Yeah.
like one day, like for 6 episodes, you're straight up like going 1 floor a day, and then one episode, all of a sudden you're on fucking floor 80.
Yeah.
And Kirito is like the best fucking
Yeah,
player
like
in the
super
world.
powered. Yeah.
And
It's like, come on now. Like they could have stretched that out. They could have, like, granted nobody wants to see filler, but they could have elaborated on the world. They could have elaborated on how big some of the player killer gangs were. They could have elaborated. There could have been a lot more interaction with, like, say they could have done a whole thing where there's a whole army of people that just go after player killers. You know what I mean? There could have been a whole justice system that they could have involved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That could have worked and they could have extended all that.
Yeah.
But instead it was like, no, okay, they're out. It was just,
Yeah.
But anyway, that's old news now. So I hate having, because like I know Pokemon Go is huge right now, but we've talked about it 3 weeks in a row, and I'm trying not to bring a lot of Pokemon Go news in, but I do have some more. I have 2 stories for Pokemon Go. The Niantic is being sued by some guy for trespassing issues. According to this, I got this off of Polygon. A lawsuit states that at least 5 individuals knocked on a plaintiff's door and asked access to a plaintiff's backyard in order to catch Pokemon. And a lot of people are jumping his fence. This is all happening in New Jersey. They're jumping into his backyard without permission. The plaintiff is claiming that the developer Niantic Labs set Pokemon gyms and Pokestops on his property without first getting his consent. So he wants, which is causing players to trespass on his property. Niantic and Nintendo have been given 21 days to respond. The suit was filed on the 29th, and is seeking, holy shit, he's seeking $2.5 million in 4 different cases. So that's $10 million?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's seeking $10 million from Niantic.
Wait, how much for each case?
4 cases, 2.5 for each case.
Yes.
Okay, so $10 million. But what my thing is unless he's got a huge yard.
Yeah, why are people having to go into his backyard?
Yeah, why are people having to go into his backyard? You have
Is he a fucking farmer or something?
Yeah,
Why is his house a fucking a landmark?
Well, he's saying his house is a gym and a Pokestop, which I doubt.
Which means his shit's a landmark.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that doesn't happen.
That's what they're doing. And so he must have he should be used to people fucking traveling to his house and look at it. They don't elaborate on what his house is or what it is, but have you noticed too? One of the warnings that when you play, have you played the game recently? No. There's more. They added more warnings, and one of the warnings is when you open it up is do not trespass do not trespass while playing Pokemon Go. So they're telling you don't, like you're going into somebody's property illegally. Don't do it.
Well, yeah, you could get shot. You're stupid.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the second story. The first guy to catch all U.S. Pokemon heads overseas to catch the rest. Some guy named Nick Johnson has caught all 142 Pokemon available in the U.S. And so now
more available in other countries.
We have Tauros. Is that his?
Taurus.
Taurus. That's the one that's available in the U.S. What's the Mime one?
Mr. Mime.
Mr. Mime is Australia. No. What's the kangaroo one? The dinosaur kangaroo.
Oh, Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan is Australia. Mr. Mime is Japan, I believe.
That's not true. I have a friend who caught Mr. Mime.
He might have hatched a Mr. Mime. He didn't catch him. There are ways to get them. You can hatch those, but you can't catch them. On there. So Australia, Japan, and I think Europe. I forget what the other one is. The 4th Pokemon. But so he's going overseas to get those Pokemon now. Let's see here. He's going to be going to Paris Paris to get Mr. Mime. Then he'll go to Hong Kong to get Farfetch'd, and Sydney to track down Genghis Khan. So that's his plan. Like legit flying out there too.
Did you hear about the legendaries that are accidentally popping up and then they revoked them?
They revoked them all, yeah. Articuno and was it just Articuno or was it another one?
I only heard about Articuno.
Yeah, that's the one I heard about too. And a lot of people, at first everyone was calling it they were bullshit and all.
Yeah, but it was real because they streamed it and it was like.
Yeah. So, but yeah, they took them off. Oh, and remember that guy we talked about that got No Man's Sky early?
Huh?
Remember that guy we talked about that paid $1,300 for No Man's Sky? Well, No Man's Sky comes out tomorrow?
Tuesday. Or I guess tomorrow night.
Yeah. But, so on August 9th, it comes out, August 9th. So, but at midnight on August 9th, when the game releases, they're going to wipe all the servers.
Okay,
So yeah, anything that the people that got the games early got, it's going to be going away. And originally, excuse me. Originally, they said the game saves were still going to work.
Yeah.
The developer, what's the developer? Hello Games. The Hello Games said, okay, yeah, we're going to wipe the servers. Your game saves are still going to work, so you can still, you're going to load up wherever you left off at, but you're going to have to rediscover it. Sony has come out and said, nope, your game saves aren't going to work. We're going to fucking... I guess they're modifying something where they're not... So maybe on PC they might still work, but if you got it earlier on PlayStation, they're not going to work. So Sony came out later on and said, no, your game saves aren't going to work.
Yeah.
So...
I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with that as well. And there's a No Man's Sky companion app now available on mobile. It's not available on iOS yet, but it is on Android. It's not an official Hello Games app. It's done by a independent that provides users with the ability to share screenshots and upload them directly from the PS4. It features creatures, planets, and name generator, as well as element journal, catalog. So it's pretty much a little pocket journal for while you're playing, so you don't have to keep pulling up the menu. But it's not done by Hello Games. It's a completely independent app. This guy just made it, which I think is pretty cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Oh, the other thing too is you're not gonna have to have an active internet connection to play No Man's Sky. But I think did we talk about this?
No.
Anything you discover.
Okay, yeah, we did talk about it. It won't save.
It won't save. So unless your connection's to the internet. So you'll be able to play it without having a connection, but
you just can't discover things.
Yeah, well, if you discover something and then but you're not connected to the internet and someone else discovers it, then they get credit for it, not you. Which
But I think that's going to be unlikely.
Yeah, highly unlikely
that somebody else discovers something.
Yeah.
That you're discovering at the same time.
Yeah, unless
it might be like something like fucking. A month later, some guy happens to come across the same planet you've been on.
Yeah, and
he's discovering all that stuff, even though you've been on there for a while.
Yeah, exactly. I think on that note, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Don't forget to go to therealpressstart.com.
Sponsored by Brisk.
Click the Rip the Pedal link. You can buy some T-shirts. Awesome T-shirts. What was the one we were just talking? Oh, that Fireball whiskey, the Hadouken whiskey.
Yeah.
I want that one, but for whatever reason, it's not letting me buy it. But there's awesome T-shirts on there. Today they were all Adventure Time related.
Yeah.
They were some pretty cool ones. Also go to levelupvapor.com. Gaming flavors for your vapor apparatus. You use the coupon code TRPS, get 20% off your vape order, off your entire order. Then don't forget to go check out AmericanHeyday.com. Awesome T-shirts, posters, flasks, custom prints, a lot of awesome stuff. And on that note, game over. No more questions.
Goodbye.